And now joining us to go all out on this story is TNT Tropang Giga assistant coach Sandy Arespacochaga. Coach Sandy is joining us on the line right now live. Coach Sandy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. Good morning to everybody.
Thank you, Coach. I know you're driving drive safe and you're on your way. I'll make this really quick. Congratulations, Game 4 win. Tabla na ulit ang serye 2-2 against the mighty San Miguel Beermen in the Philippine Cup finals. And so far, fans are really getting their money's worth. Sulit na sulit, kada ticket, kada game. It was an overtime loss last Game 3, but you bounced back with a win last night. I'll ask you about the adjustments first, Coach Sandy, because we also heard Jayson Castro in the presser. You were there with him. He said, mabagal daw yung execution namin, meaning to your offense in the past 2 games before Game 4, and then the defense was also passive. So what adjustments did you guys talk about and make to capture Game 4 and to level the series 2-2?
Well, the biggest adjustment really was we had our leader back. We had Coach Chot back, and he's leader in terms of the X and O's, leader in terms of a game plan. But aside from that, he's our emotional leader. And losing him for those 2 games, that was big for us. Of course, the players, gave it their best. Kahit wala siya, our leaders were terrific. They stepped up to the plate. But of course, it's different when Coach Chot's back. So that's a very big boost for us. Yes. So, and aside from that, like I said yesterday, our turnovers. Actually, there were 2 things that Coach Chot stressed from our Game 3 loss: our turnovers and free throws. We missed a lot of free throws and committed a lot of turnovers. So we're very happy with the adjustment of our players.
Well, props to you also, Coach Sandy, if I may add, because you did a fantastic job holding the fort. You have a more than capable coaching staff when Coach Chot was away with Gilas nga in Beirut, in Lebanon, with yourself, Coach Yuri Escueta, Coach Bong, RDO. Kumbaga, Jojo Lastimosa was also there. So you guys really held down the fort. But yeah, I have to agree with the turnovers and the free throws. But let's talk about 1 second. I want to give him his flowers. We've had him on the show a couple of times, Jayson Castro, who's playing still on a high level dito sa finals. The Blur at 36 years old. Titingnan natin ang kanyang mga numero. This is just Game 4 in the finals. Last night, 26 points for Jayson. We know he hit that game-winning shot in Game 1. Ito, 10 of 13 from the field, 76% at 36 years old. Coach Sands, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals were huge. All in 31 minutes. Sabi nga ni basketball analyst Juan Manal, said, nagbe-beast mode daw si Jayson pag playoffs, yun daw sabi ni Gab sa kanya. At nagugulat. Yung iba nagugulat, pero ako hindi na ako nagugulat dahil once hailed as the best point guard in Asia. Ikaw ba, Coach, nagugulat ka pa na gantong nilalaro ni Jayson dito sa finals?
Not really. Because our vets have been playing not their age. Even Kelly's been holding the fort for us against the undisputed best player of the conference in Junmar Fajardo. Ryan Reyes has been terrific for us on the bench with regards to leadership. It trickles down to everybody, and it really helps to have that kind of veteran leadership in the team. With regards to Jayson specifically, I think, people call him the Blur. He's fast. I think he's too fast. Age can catch up with him. And we hope it remains that way for the next couple of years.
Niloloko ko nga siya, Coach Sands. Pag nakakausap ko siya, sabi ko, pre, kaya mo pang maggilas sa 36? Sabi ko, wala pa rin makahabol sa'yo.
Pwede pa.
Pwede pang maggilas to, di ba? Kahit sama sa pool. I mean, Jayson's playing at a really high level right now that parang niloloko ko nga siya. Sabi ko, mas bata ka ba kay Mikey Williams, pre? Sabi ko.
Well, what a lot of people don't see is the kind of discipline that they have off court also.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's not just magaling, mabilis, but right now it's all about taking care of your body.
Correct.
They're taking care of their bodies, yung discipline nila.
Tama.
Because if they don't, they won't be able to play at this high level.
Correct.
Yeah, for their age.
Oo, and he also attributed that to LA Tenorio, a player you know very well. Nasabi, the way LA takes care of his body, si Jayson, ganun din. Talagang, yung sabi mo nga, yung discipline, the way they preserve. Let's talk about another guy who's been really marvelous in this series for TNT. Very consistent. R.R. Pugoy. This guy just personifies that word consistency on the big stage. We will pull out his numbers right now in the finals, where RR is scoring at least 20 points a game, Coach Sandy, 26 nung game 1, shooting at 58% in 37 minutes. And then, game 2, 57%, 28 points, all in 40 minutes. And then in that overtime loss in game 3, he had 25. He did shoot 28%, 6 of 21. But still, there were some huge numbers here. The 4 assists, the 4 steals. And then last night, still over 20 points at 21, shooting 43%, all in 36 minutes, along with 3 boards, 2 dimes, and a steal. Let's talk about the value of R.R. Pugoy, what he brings to TNT, especially at this stage against the mighty San Miguel Beermen, because Coach Chot also did tell me before, we know RR for his defense ever since his FEU days, but the way he's stepping up on the offensive side of the court is just mind-blowing, Coach Sands.
Yeah, I think you said it correctly. Consistency. And the thing is, he's shall we say, not really the featured player in our team. So, especially in offense, you talk about Mikey Williams, talk about Jayson Castro. He's termed, on the totem pole. So, but he's been able to produce for us on both ends of the court every night. And what the good thing about Roger is he can score in different ways. He can now score with the ball in his hands off a pick and roll. He can score off ball, coming off screens, catch and shoot situations, spotting up, and posting up, and he gets to the line for us. So, he's been terrific for us, and there's also a reason why in the past he's been member of the Gilas team, diba? And maybe he's also trying to, make a case for him to be considered for Gilas. I don't know.
Well, that's if Jayson Castro also has to say something about that. Dahil sabi nga natin si Jayson, batang-bata pa, pwede. But yeah, RR, his game is just so simple but so methodical. That floater of his is just unstoppable in my opinion. Let's talk about, you mentioned the turnovers earlier, Coach Sands. Pinasadahan mo, sabi mo nga na turnovers and the free throws were really a big deal, especially in games 2 and 3. And you kept the turnovers to a minimum in game 4. What other aspects of the game, I know turnovers, of course, you have to really limit that against a really good defensive team in San Miguel, especially their guards as well. But what else are you working on as we head on to Game 5 already on Wednesday, Coach?
Well, of course, our defense. That's very key for us. In the games, in Game 2 specifically, it was we scored 100 points, but they scored 109.
That's right.
Game 3 went to overtime, but in regulation, it was more or less where we want San Miguel to be scoring. So I think that's also key for us, our defense. San Miguel has a lot of weapons, and you can't take anybody for granted. Anyone can explode and score double figures. Yesterday it was Simon and Ciso who scored for them. Game 3, Robbie Herndon out of nowhere came in. So, that's a very, very big emphasis for us, our defense against San Miguel. And of course, you have to talk about the best player of the conference, Jude Pajardo.
Sino yun?
And ang hirap kasi you've got CJ Perez, you've got Marshall Lassiter,
Jericho Cruz, Vic Manuel, Mota Utua.
Exactly. Pick your poison na lang di ba? So, it would really
yung Brondel pa gumagawa, Coach. Yung Brondel.
Yes. Kung di mo papansinin yan, papatayin ka with this rebounding putbacks and drop passes offensive rebound monster,
Tama.
So, we've got our hands full. That's why we cannot lose sight of the fact that we really have to play very good defense, not just individually, but as a team.
Yeah. Di pa nga natin nabanggit yung Chris Ross kahit hindi umuopensa, the way he plays defense and yung mga assists niya, 'di ba? So I know.
Si Chris Ross, I love Chris Ross except when the game starts. Pagkatapos ng game, gusto ko na uli siya, but he's a menace on the court. He does so much for that team.
Well, good thing is, and also the fans, and we did expect this to be a best of 7, kumbaga aabot sa game 7, but Coach Sands, tabla na ngayon, 2-2. Thank you again for your time. You drive safe. We'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for responding, Coach Sands. Good luck on Wednesday. Maraming salamat. Ingat ka, Coach. Happy Monday to you.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you. That was TNT Tropang Giga Assistant Coach Sandy Arespacochaga.